All right. Welcome, 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 everyone. I am your host, Raquel May David, with my partner, David Sanchez.
Hello,
We are
everyone.
here to teach you how to dip and do in these credit repair streets with the world's most advanced AI software known as Dispute Panda. So I see that there's a couple of new names in the room. So welcome, Brian. Welcome, Shy. I think it's Shy. If I'm saying it wrong, let me know. Welcome, Nathan. I am so happy that you guys were able to come in tonight. While we are waiting, just to give a few more minutes for others to come in, please let me know if you already have the Dispute Panda software by dropping a panda or an emoji in the chat. And if you have already sent off a round of letters, can you drop 2 emojis? Or you guys can definitely come off of mute. I love to engage as much as possible to everyone that is here. So do you guys already have the software? Have you already sent off a round of letters, or are you coming in tonight brand new? Definitely would like to know where everyone is so that as I'm going through, I know how quickly we should move or how slowly. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to come off of mute. We're not going to get started until about 8:10. Okay, so Shy says she's brand new. She's getting on the software now. So are you going to be on your computer while you're here? I'm joining on another device. One moment. Okay, so that's Nathan. All right, so Nathan is Zoom, as long as no one else comes into Zoom. Okay. Yes, same here on my phone and laptop. Okay, awesome. Already have the software and I'm familiar. Please don't. Oh, okay. I will make sure not to do that going forward. Thank you for letting me know. Let me take a look. Let me take a look here. All right, so right now, while we are waiting for about 10 minutes after the hour, we're going to get started. I do have the Dispute Panda community up. So if you guys are new to the platform or you are using the platform and may have some questions outside of customer support, which is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we do have the Dispute Panda community, and you can definitely jump onto the Dispute Panda community and search questions that you may have. Also, if anyone misses the Panda Lives, you can watch the replays on the Dispute Panda Live replay tab. So super duper excited. Hey, welcome to the room, Tristan. Thank you for coming in. Thanks, love the software. Just want to know the difference for subscribing to the other reporting system. I'm using Identity IQ initially, but I see that you have a new recommendation as well as new recipe to dispute. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, we're going to talk about the differences between the credit monitoring that was created to be worked in conjunction with Dispute Panda versus what you get with the other credit monitoring software. So I'm super excited to go over that as well. It looks like it might be a light night. Tristan, can you let me know if you are new to the platform or if you have already sent out a round of letters?
I am new as of this weekend. We are onboarding clients and into the system today, and we have not sent out our first round of letters yet.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. I love that. So are you transferring them over from another credit monitoring software? Like you have the CSV file?
No, we just onboarded with Smart Credit, but previous to that, they were monitoring through Experian, and we were just doing everything by hand.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I was actually
I
I
was
was
gonna say,
referred to you from Stud.
okay, awesome, awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you are here. So just to give you guys a rundown of what today basically looks like. Hold on, let me set my do not disturb because they will disturb me in this house. All right, yes, they will. So what today is gonna look like is we are going to, I'm so sorry, I heard knocking. I wasn't quite sure what's going on. We are going to go through the actual software together. I'm going to show you guys how the software works. We're going to go through all the setting features. We're going to go through the actual guide because Dispute Panda actually gives you a clear guide as to how you can dispute. Whether you are using the Credit Dyno, which is the credit monitoring that is affiliated or basically created to work with Dispute Panda, or if you're using other credit monitoring softwares, you can still use this flow. There's just going to be a couple of things that you won't have full accessibility to. We are going to go over loading a client in and completing the first round of disputes, plus of course, all of the bells and whistles that go with the program. So we're at 7 minutes after. I think we're at a good point to start. Before I get started, do you guys have any questions for me before I get started with the show and tell portion of today? What questions do you have, Nathan?
Hey, so I'm pretty new to this, and I was getting ready to send out letters. I haven't sent out letters yet, but I was noticing, so one thing is with the credit scores, I looked on with Credit Dyno, but then I also looked at that same score actually on Experian, and the scores didn't match up, and I was wondering why they're different.
They're never going to match up because you're looking at the Vantage score when you're looking at Identity IQ, Smart Credit, Credit Dyno versus the FICO score that you normally have. And traditionally, Experian is giving you the FICO score model 8. So if you are leveraging any of the main platforms, or if your client has myfico.com, the scores are not going to be the same because they're giving a different version of the actual FICO score versus us giving you the Vantage score. Great question.
Awesome. And then there was also in Panda Dispute, I didn't see there was a client with a late payment, and I was able to see that late payment on some of the, like on Experian. But in Dispute Panda, I wasn't able to see it. So where can I find those and remove them? Work to remove them.
So I'm gonna show you the screen once I get in so that you'd be able to see the actual dispute flow. It may look a little bit different using different credit monitoring softwares, but you're saying that you're using Credit Dyno, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be pulling in a Credit Dyno report. When I pull it in, I'll be able to show you exactly what is showing on the report and how it should look. So you'll be able to kind of see, and I guess through the process, if you have the client up, we can walk through because Credit Dyno is giving you a full 7-year of the client's report. So as long as we have accessibility to the Experian profile in its totality, you should be able to see the information for the full 7 years. Okay, but once I get there, I'll go ahead and pull it up and we'll stop. It's when we get to the disputing tab and we'll be able to review. Do you have the account name that's showing up on Experian that's showing up as late?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
No problem. Do you have the account name that is showing up on the Experian profile as late that you're not seeing in the Credit Dyno?
I don't have it with me. It's maybe something I could get to you later. But...
Yeah, no problem. I just wanted to see, so because maybe it's sorted, but I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like and then we can talk about it. If you have any additional questions, you can let me know. Anything else besides that? Because that was more like a show and tell portion. Do you have any other questions, Nathan?
Awesome. No, I think that's it for right now. I appreciate that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, Mr. Lewis, lovely to see you. Hey, Shy. Hey, I think this is Rashad. I think I could be saying that wrong. Please forgive me if I am. But welcome to the room. So again, since we have some new people in here, my name is Raquel May David. I am your host tonight, and my co-host is David Sanchez. He is the one that's going to be helping me with dropping any links and dipping and doing in the system if you guys have any questions. I do read the chat from time to time. Please just bear with me as we're trying to kind of maneuver through the day. Once I finish going over the actual platform and basically breaking down what's on the main page of Dispute Panda, before I log in, I will open the floor for questions. What I will suggest is if you have questions specifically about letters or rounds, to hang on to those until we physically get into the software. Sure, Nathan, what additional question do you have?
All right, I promise this is the last one for a
No, you're
minute.
fine.
So there was another account where there was it looked like it was maybe a closed debit account with the bank, and it was the note on it was a charge off or a collection or charge off. But it looked like it was, you know, closed and not necessarily impacting anything. Is that still something you want to go after, sending letters after and remove?
So hold that question until we get to the dispute section, because that's going to depend on what we're looking at and what time period. So there's a lot of factors that go into disputing. Normally my recommendation is if it's showing on the credit report and it's within the last 24 months, we want to go ahead and dispute it. If it's outside of that 24-month window, then you can put that as a secondary priority, not something that you're needing. But please remember, Dispute Panda is auto-selecting things that are literally affecting your clients in real time. So if you give me 1 second, I want to go into the profile so we can talk through the dispute portion, because that's still a dispute thing, and it makes more sense once you visually see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. All right. So we're going to get started. Hey, Mr. S, welcome, welcome. Oh, we got another question. Okay. What questions do you have, my love?
So, just as far as when going along with the flow,
Uh-huh.
I accidentally picked an inquiry that was attached to I haven't sent it out, nothing, but I picked an inquiry that was attached to an open account. Is there any way to edit that when generating the letter, or you would have to regenerate the letter again?
Is it attached to an open and active credit account, or just an open and active mortgage or auto loan?
It's a credit card. So it's something, yeah, it's an open credit card.
Then I just wouldn't send that letter, or I would edit the
Okay.
PDF when you take it out, so that way that letter is not, that account is not impacted.
So then I would just have to regenerate the letter again.
I'm not telling you to
That's
regenerate anything. I'm telling you to edit the PDF. So you can
edit the PDF. Okay.
edit the PDF so that that account that you accidentally selected, if it shows up on that letter, if it's in that letter, you can literally take it out of that letter. So I'm not telling you to
Makes sense.
regenerate anything. You don't want to pay for another fee. That's just an account that you don't need attached to the letter. So download the PDF, and that one particular inquiry that's attached, just erase it.
Okay. And then how would I upload that back into the system to mail out?
You can mail it out yourself.
Oh, mail it out myself. Okay. Right
Yeah,
on.
mail it out
Yeah.
yourself.
Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
Don't be
I
stuck in a
joined.
box. Don't be stuck in
Yeah,
a
I
box.
joined it. The Panda Pro today, so that was pretty cool.
Awesome. I'm so happy that you're here. Yeah, but that one just meant it's one letter. Unless you see it's multiple, and even if it's multiple, I mean, you can choose to upload it back into the database. I wouldn't, because you're making a correction. Does that make sense? So whatever letters don't need to be corrected, those will be the ones that you allow the system to send off, and the ones that you have to correct yourself, just go ahead and edit it and put it in an envelope and send it to the mail yourself.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Awesome.
Awesome.
And that was it. I
Awesome.
appreciate you.
My pleasure. All right. Any other questions before we get dived in to the, okay, there we go. Any other questions? I'm trying to check the chat. Hold on 1 second. All right. All right. So, no, that's private. That's private. Okay, cool. So we're going to talk about Dispute Panda. So as you guys know, there is a free version of Dispute Panda. The Dispute Panda software was created to be the first pay-as-you-go credit repair-based company that you only pay if you are generating a letter or a round of attack. Let me say that, a round of attack for anyone that is not using Credit Dyno. So we work with MyScore IQ. We work with Identity IQ. We work with Smart Credit, and those three softwares can be connected into the system. And if you use them, it is $17 per attack per month. Okay. Now, if you are using the Credit Dyno, which is what we are going to be sampling today, you get a free round of attack for your clients every 35 days. So there's absolutely nothing that you have to do. You literally, as long as they pay the monthly payment, you download their report and you get a free round of attack per client that is signed up. All right. With that being said, we do have a pro version. So the pro version, it does give you 14 days. Right now, we have a 14-day trial for $1. One of the questions that I've been asked before is, do they limit access to the pro? No. Once you upgrade to the pro, hold on one second, guys. Once you upgrade to the pro, you get full access to what the pro offers, which is one of the benefits to the pros. You get the secured client access portal, which means your clients can speak directly to you. Your clients have a dashboard so they can upload their own identification, their own documents, all of that information. And you have the ability to create onboarding forms. So instead of you having to manually type the client's information in, you can create a form with a pricing structure if you like, or just a lead form, send it to the client, and that way they get put into the database automatically. So I definitely, I'll also show you a couple of other features that come with the Pro, but it also has integration where you can connect it to Zapier. So if you have an email sequence or a text message sequence, you can have it where once the client completes the onboarding form or the lead form, it automatically sends them over to another portal where they can get the automated email conversations and things of that nature. So it really allows really cool intricate integration. And I'm going to show you some perks once we get on the platform so you can physically see what's going on. Okay. The next thing that I like to cover, I'm not going to cover the pro or the calculator or the integration until we get into the software so we can do visuals. But what I am going to cover is the training tab. So if you guys are brand spanking new to the actual Dispute Panda software, what I like to let you know is that we give you a free download of guides. So when you come into the platform, before you even get videos for you to know how to use the software, the first thing that we're giving you is a plan on how do you go about disputing the profile. So whether your client is using Smart Credit or your client is using Identity IQ, this flow will still work for them. Repo, eviction, charge off, collections, doesn't matter. This flow has been tested and it works for you. Now, the benefit that you get with the Pro is if your client is with Credit Dyno and you have Dispute Panda Pro, you get the ability not just to dispute with the credit bureaus and the secondary bureaus, you also get to dispute with the creditors directly. So in essence, you have 3 rounds of letters that are going to be generated to dispute the accounts on the profile. And literally, you're just clicking a box, okay? Also, if you have some people who are learning other methods like a CFPB complaint, we are telling you when is the best time for you to launch that complaint. So you're able to know when you should do something and when it's best to navigate the waters accordingly. So if you have not done so, I always recommend clicking on the training tab, click download, because it's giving you the guide step by step as to how you want to dispute. Now, if we are not here, because we are only here Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the pro night. Anyone that upgrades to pro, you will get an invitation. If you are in the community and you have not received an email as of yet, please just go into community and ask JM to add you to the pro and you'll get added. Or you can send a message to our customer service for them to go ahead and add you as well. So let me go ahead and jump over to the contact tab. Our customer service team is here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you're having a problem with a specific client, you can literally type the client's name in and go ahead and put all of the information in that you need. One of the tools that I like to give everyone on every single call is there's a program called loom.com. Loom.com allows you to record a 5-minute video. You actually get an alert when someone has watched the video, so you don't have to guess or question what's going on. So I definitely love that. And this way you have the ability to kind of gauge what's happening with your clients accordingly. Okay. So you can put in the request put the Loom link in, and then as soon as the back office looks at it, you know it's been looked, so you can gauge when you should hear back from them. So that's why I love Loom. I use it for my VAs. I use it for when I'm asking my daughter to do some disputes, so that there's a clear idea of how she should be doing something. And that way she can see me do it as well as me talking about it. So it's a win-win situation. If you have a general question, like you want to be a part of the beta testing team, partnership, press information, you can legitimately put it here, and our wonderful staff will go ahead and reallocate it where it needs to go. All right, all right. So this is the basics of the platform. We're going to hit the sign up. Before I hit the sign up, does anyone have any questions or concerns about the platform and how Pro works before we dive on it? Oh. All right, guys, so we're going to get started here. So this information that we're signing up with is what we are going to use as the owner of the platform. So if your intent is to get the platform and you're going to use it yourself, that is completely fine. What I want to make you aware is that you need to have 2 separate email addresses. So one email address is going to be specifically for the owner of the account if you guys do not have a business. So for instance, Mr. S has lending hands. So if he has lending hand, if he has Mr. S at lendinghands.com for his business, that's fine. But if you guys don't have a business and you're doing this for yourselves, you want to make sure that you have 2 separate emails. So if you don't have 2 separate emails, try to create one. Y'all know it's free at the Gmail, at Gmail and at Yahoo. You can always get a free one, so you can have a second one to use as the client. Okay. Rock steady ready. We're just going to try email today, y'all. All right. And you're going to put the phone number in. And I'm going to also show you where you can change this information in the event something happens and you need to, like you're updating it and you're going from doing it as yourself to a business, you'll have the ability to make the necessary changes there as well. Give me 1 second. All right, so for me, I definitely like to check off 3 things. So once y'all get to know me, okay, I am definitely one that loves special offers, update, resources, give it all to me for the free. I take it. I have 4 kids, okay? 4 kids, and all of them are bigger than me, except for the 6-year-old. All right, so let's just be clear. I need discounts. Okay, my name is Flo. I need discounts. So I will sign up for that. It is completely up to you if you choose to sign up or not. Totally understood. Okay. Once you get in, there's a service agreement that's going to be there that's going to showcase how you are to do business with Dispute Panda and how Dispute Panda does business with you. I'm not going to read this today, but you guys can look over it before you sign up. What I will advise is that this black bar will show up until you go in and validate the email. I'm not going to validate the email, so we're just going to kind of run through the test account. But recommendation for best practices, within 48 hours, you want to validate the email address so your account is good to go. All right. I'm going to start with the main dashboard. Then we're going to go down the side panels. And then once we're done, we're going to open up the room for questions. And then we're going to load our first client in and get our rounds of disputes completed. All right. So on the dashboard, you have up here where you can search for clients. You do have to enter at least 3 characters for it to pull up the client, or you can click on the client tab here, and we're going to go into that a little bit more. If you have any rounds that are coming up due, or if you have any missing documents or birthdays, this information is available on the main section. Also, I like to talk about drip money, and Dispute Panda gives you the ability to have quiet money kind of deposited into your account. All right. So the first thing that you can see here is if you want to upgrade to Dispute Panda Pro, you can. But if you click this button here that says become an affiliate, you can fill this out, and it allows you to go ahead and start making money for the people that sign up for Credit Dino. So if you're having a client on the Credit Dino software, first of all, on the basic level, you're getting back $8. Then you're getting the $17 round of attack credited to you because you're not paying for a round of attack. So you're up over $20 just by having your client use Credit Dino, and you're getting paid for the software, right? So you're getting paid for them having the credit monitoring, and you have a free round of attacks. Plus you get creditor letters. So I'm always with a plus. So you want to go ahead and sign up here. There's nothing extra you have to do. One of the tips that I give a lot of new people that are signing up is to make sure you post about credit. Like at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month, I always post something about credit. And don't let a holiday about to come and somebody about to buy a car. It's tax season. Is your credit right for you to go ahead and get that car? Okay, no, don't worry about it. Just click this link and find out, right? So you're able to kind of get it out there and get people to click on it. A lot of times people sign up for credit monitoring and they never cancel it, ever. Okay. So you have that option. And then you have an option here that you can earn by referring Dispute Panda to other clients. So you can come into the software and you can literally click accept. Once this program goes live again, because it's currently on pause, once it goes live again, you will actually be granted your own code. And that way, if you are a realtor, if you know a lender or anyone that's looking to start credit repair but doesn't want the overhead of paying a monthly subscription, they can sign up for Credit Dino for free, and you get referral credits for anyone that signs up under your platform. Okay. All right. So now let's go back to the dashboard. This is the clients. On the clients tab, you have active, inactive. You can import clients. So if you're leaving one software to come over to this one, you have the ability to go ahead and click on that option. If you are having a hard time, again, please don't forget our customer service. They are wonderful and they will help you import your clients into the software. All right. If you want to load a new client, this is where you would go to load the new client. If you guys are on the pro and you want to give your clients access to the dashboard because you just finished you're about to get your onboarding together or whatever the case may be, you can click this button right here and it will send them a login so that they can sign on to the platform and actually be able to upload their documentation. Okay. The letter tab allows you to see the letters that have been sent out for your clients. If you are utilizing the system to mail out your letters, I want to let you know if any letters are generated before 12 p.m. PST, it goes out the same day. If it's after 12 p.m. PST, it goes out the following day. All right. The only thing that is trackable are the certified mail. If you do the free mail option, you do not, the free mail is first class. So first class is just like you taking this envelope and taking it to the post office, right? There's no tracking on that. But you can see all the information, the estimated time of arrival, when it should get there, in this particular platform. The inbox is a pro feature. That's where your clients can speak to you back and forth about the profile. The reports tab gives you really dope stuff. So let me tell y'all what I love about my Dispute Panda Pro. So my Dispute Panda Pro, hold on one second, allows me to do this. So number one, on the company level and on the customer level, you can see how many dollars you've gotten deleted, score increases, deletions across the board. You're able to see that in real time when you have the reports option when you are on the pro. You can also take that information on the customer section or on the corporate section and turn it into a shareable post for you to share on social media. It doesn't disclose the client's name. All it has is the numbers. So even if you're pulling it from the client, it doesn't show the client's name. It just shows the credit report totals, the dates, what's been removed, what's been updated, things like that on the customer level. On the homepage level, which is the company level, it just looks just like this. And if you have a logo or you upload a logo, your logo could be there, your website information and your phone number or whatever information you tell the system to have. And you'll be able to share this on your social media platform. It is a great way to let people know you're doing credit without hard pitching to them. Let's put it that way. The subscription tab allows you to create plans, onboarding forms, and integrate your merchant service with the platform so that your clients can have recurring billing. Of course, we have the training tab and the contact tab. Again, for those of you that are just coming in, if you have not yet click on the training tab. I want you to select the free download option. That free download option will give you the guide on how you are to dispute the profile month after month after month. We give you a full 12 months of disputing options. Is it going to take 12 months? Possibly not. Everyone's profile is different, but I like to give you guys the information, and Dispute Panda wanted you guys to have some anchoring, especially since we found a lot of new people to credit were coming onto the platform. Okay. Of course, you have the contact us tab. So if you have questions, isms, or schisms, as I like to call it, you can reach out to our customer service team and they will be able to go ahead and support. Now, when you guys see this option here that says balance, so you can get into the settings either by clicking on this balance button or clicking here and going to settings. Now, before I click on that button, I want to point out, if you have any pending credits, it will show here. If you have any free round of attacks, remember I said if the client has credit dyno, they get a free round of attack every 35 days that they keep the program. So when you go to upload the information and sync, and that's another thing I'm going to show you guys. When you import the client's report, it's definitely different because you don't have to log into Credit Dyno to do that. There's a one-click import button that updates every 35 days for your client. So you don't have to log into a database, update, and then bring the file over. You just click one button and you're good to go. All right. So you'll be able to track it here. I like to click on the balance tab because it's quick and easy, and I'm all about quick and easy. All right. So the profile, I'm going to start at the top. The top is the profile, and this is the account holder. So this is the username that you gave. This is the email address you gave, and this is the phone number. If you need to change it, you click on profile and you can make the adjustments. If you are shifting from a personal to where you're now going to be doing this as a business, you can change the information, put your logos in, put your website information, business address, and your service agreement. Real quick before I move on any further, does anyone need a sample contract? Does anyone need a sample contract?
Yes,
All right.
please.
All right, I'm going to drop a sample contract here. I'm going to tell you guys that you want to make sure that you verify what your state requires, because every state has a different need, and I don't want you guys to have gaps or holes or anything like that, okay? If you guys want to allow someone else to have access to the platform instead of giving out your own personal login information, you can legit take their email and give them access to the platform so that you don't have to expose your username and your password. All right. And there's no cap on this, so you're fine. The affiliate options is where you can go ahead and you tell the system what affiliates you have. If you have the pro option, you can choose to have all these links open, and that way your client can select which credit monitoring they want. Or you can be like me, and the only option they have is Credit Dyno because I like a low overhead. Okay. And you can hit save and keep going. The dispute tab is where you can edit the address for the credit bureau. So the credit bureaus have like 7 to 15 different addresses, y'all. If you see that you're kind of getting pushed back at one location, you can go ahead and change the address. And then what'll end up happening is it will now print out to this new address on file. Real quick for everyone that's here, the address to ARS is being updated. Okay, ARS is one of the secondary bureaus. Their address is being updated in the system. It has not been updated as of yet. So if you guys are pulling letters right now and sending to the secondary bureaus that are showing up here on this list, ARS's address has been changed. They are no longer forwarding. And if you guys go to the community, I dropped the actual address to where you should be sending the letters to. So just an FYI, if you're sending out through the system, you don't want to select ARS through the system for it to mail it out because it currently does not have the updated address. The developers are fixing it as we speak, but I want to let you guys know. The billing option. So the billing option is where you can put your payment information here. You can upgrade to, of course, a Dispute Panda Pro. And this is where you can load your money onto the system. So let's say all of your clients have credit Dino, but you're leveraging the system to mail the letters out for you, you're going to have to load money onto the system for the letters to be mailed out. How I do it, because I don't always use the system to mail my letters, is I'll wait. I'll wait and I'll actually wait to send the letters out until I actually know how much it's going to cost me, and then I'll load the money in and go back to the client and load the money up. That's if I don't have like $100 or $200 sitting in the bucket. But if I have money sitting in the bucket, then I just go ahead and mail it out until it's a time for me to renew. Now, if you're working for like you and your family, we do have a subscribe and save option where you get billed $20 or $60 a month, and you get 50% more of what you are getting billed every single month. Okay, so with that being said, you guys can choose to do it this way. What I want to point out is that your credit card or your ACH information needs to be on file. So if you're doing this for your family and they're using Smart Credit Identity IQ, that is fine. You just take the $17 and then you go ahead and dip and do on your own. Okay. The invoices. So invoices is where you can see any outstanding invoice statements for the clients and your bill for Dispute Panda Pro. The activity is where you can see the attacks that were done, mailing, and any attack credits that are sitting there for your clients. The integration tab gives you the ability for you to connect Zapier. Again, this is a pro feature. So Zapier is a tool that you can basically integrate two systems together for them to talk to each other and do special things that you may want. So if you have a, let's say, active campaign, or you have MailChimp or Benchmark with your email sequences in it, you can tell Zapier that once a client does this, that this is what needs to happen in this other platform. So it allows you to kind of integrate together. So we have gotten through all of the templates and all of the tabs down here. Do you guys have any questions before we load the first client in? I think I saw some come through. So James said, when will we send verification letters between disputes? That is a you question. I do not send verification letters because the letters itself, the way that it's written, has verifications in them. So depending on what you're specifically looking to do, like let's say you want to send a specific verification letter to the creditor, then you can elect to do that. But that would be an SOP, a standard operating procedure that you would put in place. The flow itself does not have that requirement where you're sending out a validation letter, because that verbiage is in the flow itself of the letters that are generated. Next question was, what if someone is a victim of identity theft? So you would process them differently. If you are needing identity theft training, please let me know. You would have to you'd have to book a one-on-one, because the only thing that we're covering today is the software itself. Zoom user says he needs to hop off soon. I won't throw you off. Can you please show where you can find the late payments for dispute? Also, does using certified mail improve the results? So I personally have used certified mail before. It doesn't, when I was tracking, it didn't matter, to be quite honest. Like, I've had people do certified mail and have them notarized. They still get stalls, they still get stagnants. I have personally, I've been doing this on and off for 19 years. I haven't seen a better when it hasn't seen better results just because it's certified. I've seen better results because the letters get better, but not necessarily because it's certified. I would have to show you in the system, and since I'm opening up the queue, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to show you while you're on live, but you can watch the replay on the tab on YouTube and in the community if I'm not able to get on before you depart. Will says he has a question. What question do you have, Will?
All right, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Everything working out very well with the program.
Okay.
So
Love to hear
so let
that.
me ask you a question. If like the secondary companies don't have that much information on me, are they like being misleading, or they might be telling the truth? Because like I got a letter back from LexisNexis saying that they don't really have no information on my system, but they did dispute with the other credit bureaus to find out what they had, but they never responded to them. Is that
I'm not quite sure the question. Can you rephrase it a little bit for me, Mello?
All right. So basically, the secondary bureau saying they don't have no information on me when I sent them the first letter, like, delete what you have. I
Mm-hmm.
guess they don't have no records of anything. They didn't. Basically, they ain't kept no records on me. And then I got a letter back from LexisNexis saying that they disputed with like Equifax and all the bureaus.
Mm-hmm.
I guess to find out what information they had, but they didn't ever respond back. So is that a good thing, or is that? Have you ever seen something like that?
So what I can tell you is personally, I know LexisNexis has a file on everyone. And I'm just saying this because I used to work for a bank and I also work for a car insurance. And LexisNexis is known as Big Brother in the sky. So LexisNexis has a file on everyone. Why? Because LexisNexis holds your driving record. They hold your background check. Like LexisNexis literally has a file of almost everything with their department. So if and this is not like me just saying that, like this is factual. So normally I ask for a LexisNexis report. I physically ask for the report from them. So if LexisNexis is telling you, like organically, they're saying to you, hey, I don't necessarily have a file on you, my follow-up question will be, what can you send me the report that you do have? You can go to LexisNexis.com and you can literally request your file from LexisNexis so you can see what they actually have. And I just want to show you, like, LexisNexis is the clue. They hold your auto and property report. They hold your risk, background checks, ownership, liens, judgment, bankruptcy records, professional license, like anything that you have out there. If no one else has a record of it, LexisNexis for sure does. So
Okay.
you can go to LexisNexis site directly and you can ask them to send you your report. Now, as far as them telling you that they're disputing with the credit bureau to see what's going on and there hasn't been any response, there'll be two questions to that. Has it been more than 30 days? If it hasn't been, whether it has been or not, you're still following the same flow of your round of disputes. You're not separating from the round of disputes just because they responded with they don't have anything. Because organically, when you're sending that dispute, LexisNexis is supposed to send you your file. Does that make sense?
I never got that, but see, I kind of backed off because they was taking stuff off my credit, so I didn't like send the second round to the secondary bureaus.
So you don't back off just because things are being deleted. You keep going. That means that your letters is working. So you don't want to back off. You want to keep going but what I want you to do is keep going with clarity. So LexisNexis, the other secondary bureaus that you have, did you get a report back from them? Did they respond back to you? Because you should get a response that says, we don't have a file at all on you. Or you should get a response back saying, here is your report and here's what's showing on the report. But for the record, LexisNexis is the Bible of the secondary industry.
Okay, so I knew how to send off the second rounds to the other bureaus, but for some reason I couldn't see how to initiate the second round for the secondary bureaus. Like it always gave me like the same option, seemed like.
The option doesn't change. The information. So I want to be clear that your information shifts every single month based on what you're selecting under the dispute tab. So you're not clicking anything different. You're still going to the static letters just like you did in round one. You're going to static letters, you're going to the secondary bureaus, and you're clicking the ones that confirm you have a file with them. Whichever one said that they don't have, you're just not selecting that option.
Okay.
So yeah, it's the same process. You still have to click the button. So if you hang there, I'll be going through, because after I'm finished with these round of questions, I'm going to go in and we're going to do a whole round together. And round one is exactly the same as round two in the sense of how you're doing it. There's not a change in how you're doing it from round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's all the same. The only difference is what you're choosing to select depending on the round, such as the letter type or if you're using handwritten or not. Does that make sense?
I got you.
Awesome. Great question. All right. So James said, I haven't heard back from the secondary bureaus. If it has been more than 35 days, you want to send out the next round of disputes. If you have sent out a round of dispute to them and they have not responded back, you send the next round. You're not just like, oh, they didn't respond. Like, and also you're still giving them the time frame for them to process. So if it's outside the 35-day window, you haven't heard anything back, check your email, because a lot of people forget to check the email to see if anything came in. Any other questions, guys, before we jump into loading the client in? Any other questions? No, we're good? All right, so I pre-filled this out while we were talking just to make it a little bit smoother for us to get back to the next Q&A question once we load the client in. But what you're wanting to do is fill out all of the red star places. If your client uses their middle name, please go ahead and put their middle name in there. If they are a junior, third, and they leverage that information, please go ahead and put it in. Is it required? No. The only thing that's required is the first name and the last name, nothing more, okay? You want to put the last four of the social security number, and this is very important. If the person has an apartment, a unit, a suite, you are putting that on the street line. Everything else is going in their individual respective boxes, because this information is going to be taken over into the letter that is going to the dispute department, is generating the letter. So we don't want to have it where that information is not clean or coherent. So you want to make sure everything is in the right line, okay? You hit save, it's going to take you to the next screen. Now, one thing that I love to show you guys is what is required. Along with your letter, this is required. If you guys are looking at the platform and you're like, hey, my client just moved from Kentucky to New Jersey. Well, if they just moved from one state to the next state, you and their ID has not been updated, you're not using their ID. You're going to use anything else on the list as proof of identification, right? You can leverage their bill, their cell phone bill, their utilities, their W-2, their lease agreement, their mortgage. Now, if you're using a utility bill, best practice, guys, is for you to literally get a new bill every 60 to 90 days. Best practice. Because that way you have the range, they can't kick it back. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the credit bureau will still send a stall letter. I have had a person who went and they wanted to do this on their own. I walked them through, I coached them on doing the platform, and they elected to notarize every single letter that's going to the credit bureau, and they still got a stall letter. That is their MO. Do not let that defeat you. Allow the 35 days to process. If you got it late, if you did not get it late, like if you got it, you opened your mail on time, send the stall letter, resend your dispute, and allow the 35 days to go through, the 30 days to go through for you to send your next round of attack, okay? Do not get defeated. Do not get stressed out. I promise you, it is a stall tactic, and I am sorry that we have to go through this because we know what the laws are, but we're going to press through, okay? So the proof of identification, this is located in our videos as well. So if you are not by your computer and able to take a screenshot, or you're not able to download it from the chat, don't fret. You can physically get this in the video that's in our training template. So you can see it in multiple videos, exactly what documents you want to ask for. And then if you want to, you can print it out and kind of put it on your desk. I have it over there on that wall for my daughter. So when she's helping me, she makes sure that she has the right documents to do what she needs to do. Okay. So with that being said, Dispute Panda allows you to do some really cool things. So I'm about to show you one of them. So the first thing is, all this is not their business, okay? I need everybody to understand, this ain't their business. You're sending them the proof of address. They don't need to know if the person was late, if they have a past due, if there's a carryover or a moldover. Mind your business. You're gonna crop it out, and the goal is to get all the documents on 1 to 2 pages. Because again, we have overhead. There's ink, there's paper, there are envelopes, there's stamps. I don't have time to pay for all of that extra. So we're going to try and consolidate as much as possible. So if your client sends you a big long piece of paper and their ID is this small, crop it and save it so that you can get everything on 1 to 2 sheets of paper, okay? The social security card is not necessary if you have the ID. Do I accept it from my clients? I sure do. I sure do. I put it in there if I have it. Is it required? No. Remember, this third is optional. Once you have a proof of identification and a proof of address, you are good to go. All right. Any questions on the ID portion before we dive in any further? Let me move this over. All right, y'all. So as you can see in here, it has an option for you to pick what the credit monitoring software is. And as I stated before, with Credit Dyno, you don't have to log in. You don't have to log into the actual Credit Dyno, update the report. You literally just click this one-click import, and every single time you come in, you're good to go. Question in the chat was, if I use 1099, just crop it to the address. You are absolutely correct. That is all you have to do. Like that, like so. You don't need to give them any additional pieces of information at all. You got it right. Alrighty. So as you can see, this little green bar opens up that says one-click import. I'm going to click the option. Oh, that person didn't do it. Oh, Shaka Khan. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab another person. Let's see who else I. Let me log out of this. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to use some test accounts here. Give me 1 second. Oh. Documents. All right, let me pull her stuff and see if this one works for me. All right, let's see if we get this one to work. My test clients be testing me, y'all. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. So as you guys can see, there's a pop-up on the screen that says, thank you. You've earned 1 free round of attack. Okay, and it says 1 free round of attack is awarded per client per month every time there is a 3 bureau pulled. Limit 1 free attack every 35 days. And as you can see over here, free attack credit 1. So now that I have that loaded, it shows that the credit report has been imported in. Now the dispute tab opens. So now when you get to dispute tab, the dispute tab will automatically highlight any public records or accounts that physically need your attention. At the very top, the first thing that it's looking at are inquiries. So one of the questions that were asked earlier today was, hey, I selected an inquiry, but I wasn't supposed to. So if you've already generated the round of letters, then the only thing that you can do is edit the PDF. If you have not already generated the letters, then you can simply resave the item. So you would come back in here and you are going to search. Now, the reason why we made it a big deal for us to go ahead and look at these accounts is because if you have a credit card, specifically talking about an open line of credit or a credit card, Amex, Discover, anything of that nature, if you dispute the inquiry, you run the risk of shutting down the open and active card. So you don't, just for best practices, you do not want to dispute them. I'm not saying that some people have not been able to do that and nothing has taken place. I am stating for best practices, ideally what you want to do is not select an account that has an open and active account linked to the bottom. So if you click Control F or Command F, depending on what type of laptop or desktop you're on, you will be able to type the account name. And if it shows up at the bottom, it will tell you how many times it can show up. So you would select all of the inquiries that are not attached to an open and active account, credit card account. And then the system will automatically pick all of the items that are in tow that need to be addressed that are impacting your client's credit score in real time, okay? So these bankruptcies, they were dated in 2018 and 2019. They are affecting her profile right now. Okay, now if you're scrolling down and you're looking at the screen, the system will tell you if there's an issue. So this account is open, paid as agreed, but as you can see, the box is checked. When you click the little icon option, it's going to show you what the issues are. So the reason why this is checked is because although it's paid as agreed, it did have late payments within the 24-month window that is impacting the client. So even though they are current now, there was a late issue that was showing up, and this is why the system will automatically pick it. Now, there are some times that you will come on here and it will show late, like it will clearly say, like how this says clearly says charge off and it says close. There are some times that you're going to come on here and it's just going to say late payment, but it might say open. That normally happens if the late payment is normally recent. You will see that happen. But one of the good things that you can do is literally click this little icon and you can see where the late payments are happening. But even further, you can see what the percentage is. So now when you're having a conversation with your client, you can say, hey, just to go ahead and go over, this is your trend. So you have a trend of not paying on time. So let's talk about how this late payment is truly impacting you in totality. So this person's only making 73% on-time payment. So if we're having a 73% on-time payment and payment history is worth 35% of your score, which is roughly 192.5 points, you are leaving so many points on the table just because you're not paying on time. Please understand that on time for the credit bureau is that you're not 30 days late. So if your client is 20 days late, 10 days late, that's not impacting the credit score. What's impacting the credit score is them hitting 30 days late. So you have that dialogue with them when we're talking about houses or we're talking about cars. But now if we're talking about credit cards, we're needing to shift how they view those payments. So when we're talking about credit cards, we're like, listen, my statement that I use to my clients is the due date is the latest possible time you can make the payment before a fee is assessed. The statement closing date or statement end date is the true date you should be making your payment, because that is when your information is being taken from the creditor to the credit bureau. And ideally, if you want to be in the 700 club, you want to use 15% or less. And if you want to be in the 800 club, you want to use 7% or less, right? So you're able to have that conversation. But then you're able to click this button that says account health. And this is, again, a Credit Dyno feature. When you hit the account health, you can talk to them about their utilization. So now you can say your credit limit is $1,700, but you're using $1,974. The utilization is 30% of your score, which equals 165 points. You are over your limit. And if this is your trend, right, you are now putting yourself where you're not receiving the full 165 points. So now you're having a conversation with them. The best pro tip that I give is if they're over their utilization, they need to make their minimum payment ×2 plus $4. Just a tip that I give out, okay? So you want to go ahead and you're able to look at that. So I hope Mr. Nathan is still here, but your question, it shows late. What you would want to do is look to see what the account name is. If it's showing up on Experian, come over here and look for the account, because it's possible that it's no longer showing as late designation because they now have on-time payments, and you'll be able to see it by clicking on the little eye icon and checking out the payment history. So you'd still be able to see it even if it's in good standings, because as you can see, this Navient, it's checked because there's an issue, but when you hit the see more option, or when you hit the icon, you're able to see why there's an issue that's going on, right? In real time. So that would be the pro tip that I would give when you're looking for that particular account, because it could be no longer designated in the trappings, like right here, as late. I have seen it before where it says late payment, like 30 days or 60 days late payment. I've seen that there. Yes, you can remove late payment. The system actually generates a late payment specific letter. So when you go to dispute, no matter which round you have, if you're using Credit Dyno and it registers that there's a late payment, the verbiage will print accordingly. So you don't have to stress about that. If you have your own late payment letter, because I like to talk to people who have their own free form, you can click on this button here that says custom message, and you can type your own message that you want to have on there. And then the system will generate that letter with that specific template that you have. Something that I was told on last training is that if you still use the Supreme Boosted, you're able to get your template along with the template that comes with that particular round of disputes together. But ideally, if you're just doing a regular round of dispute, like if you're doing anything other than Supreme Boosted, the system will not generate the letter you selected for that particular account. It will only generate whatever you put in on the template. So let's say I hit save, and then I go to dispute round and I click Punch of Fury Supreme Boosted. It's going to generate Punch of Fury for all of these, but not for that one particular letter. But you cannot go to the attack until you hit save filter. So once you verified all the inquiries, because this is the only thing that you have to manually do, you're going to hit save filter. It will go to the attack. And remember, you have the attack guide, guys. So the first round of attack is the Punch of Fury, Supreme Boosted. If you have the pro, you're going to click on creditor. If you don't have the pro, don't fret. You're still going to print out the secondary bureau after you've completed. It is going to be handwritten, and you don't have to worry about it being certified mail or color. And it says that you should do this single-sided. So you come here, let's talk it through. You do start round, Punch of Fury, handwritten. If you have the pro, you're going to click this button that says Generate Pro. You're going to hit this option that says Supreme Boosted. You're going to hit start and confirm. Once you are done, the system is going to generate the round. If you had the pro, it would say attack, then it will say creditor. Then you will come back into the system, hit static letters. Because this is round one, I'm sending everything handwritten. And then I'm going to slide down to the secondary bureaus. And I am going to select it here. And then I would hit start round. You have to have at least $1 in the bucket in order for the round to be completed, okay? So in order for them to generate the static letters. The static letters are free, but you do need to have at least $1 in the account in order for it to work. And then once you have that completed, you can either download the letters and print it out yourself, or you can click mail out. And the system is telling you it's going to cost $38 with double-sided. It says you're supposed to do single-sided, no color, first class. So with it not being double-sided, it still said it's that amount. So let's not mess with it. But you hit pay mail and it will take the money out of the bucket for you. If you don't have enough money in, you literally just hit cancel. You add the money, you come back to the client and you send the letters out. And that is it. That is all. You would have to do it for each one. So if you have a creditor, you have the attack, and you have the static letters, you would have to come back in and have the system mail it out for each one. So you'd pay for each set of letters. If you want to see the history of what you selected, I want to point out right here, it's always going to say downloaded first. If you go back in the system and you select for it to be mailed, you will have a letter ID that will generate, and it will give you an estimated date of when it should be delivered. Again, if you're sending out the letters after 12 p.m. PST, it's not going out till the next business day. The credit report is saved here as well as the client scores. Okay. And then if you have invoices, or if there's outstanding invoices, you're able to see that there. And then any notes that you might want to keep, like for instance, for my bankruptcy clients, I sent the bankruptcy letter to the actual court. So you can choose to, if you have the pro, to leave that particular note there as well. So it's very simple to navigate throughout the system to go like from one client to the next. Now that we have loaded the client in, we've completed a round of disputes, I've shown you guys how to do the static letters. What questions or concerns do you guys have about the system? Any questions, guys? No. Any questions, concerns, or comments? Hey, Rolly Rod, if you have a question, you can come off mute and ask the question. Welcome in, Tyrone. No problem. Thank you for coming in tonight. Roddy said he had a question, but are you going to type the question in the chat? You can let me know. Anyone else have any questions? For the price of $197 a month, what do I get? Awesome. So you get the Safe Client Portal access, which means your clients are able to go ahead and have a dedicated inbox to be able to communicate with you. Also, you have the ability to create onboarding and connect your merchant services as well as payment forms. So if your client wants to be able to get into the system and onboard, upload their own documents and everything, you have the ability to do that. If you have the Pro as well as Credit Dyno, you have the ability to not just get letters to send to the credit bureau and the secondary bureaus, you also get letters generated for the actual creditor. Also, you have what I call the smart reporting. So hold on, let me grab that again. So there are automatic reports that you can do on the business level as well as the customer level to track, and you can actually use them as social media posting, and you are able to go ahead and showcase how much you've gotten deleted, what you've gotten removed, to go ahead and post on your social media platform as well. What other options? That's the basic option that goes with it. Again, if your client is using Credit Dyno, whether you have the paid version or the free version, it does give you the full 7 years of credit report, and you get a free round of disputes every 35 days.
Okay, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, sir, I can hear you now.
Okay, so I guess I don't want to confuse you. So, like, I'm real simple. Like, if I want to go in there and just use it when I want to, like, what's the monthly fee? Would y'all charge a monthly fee, or you pay by the round? How does that work?
So it depends on which package you're getting. So again, if you're using the free version, and you have Credit Dyno, you are not paying for any round of attacks. You just have the free platform, and the round of attacks are free. If you are using Smart Credit, Identity IQ, or My Score IQ, then you are paying $17 a round, no matter which platform you're on, whether it's the free version or the pro version. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
so so I can use my free score and I can use Identity IQ, right?
No, you can use My Score IQ, and you can use, I'm going to show you right now so you can see it. Hold on one second. So you have Identity IQ, Smart Credit, and My Score IQ is what you can use.
Okay, I never heard of my score IQ. Okay, so regardless of what package I get, I still gonna pay an additional $17 per round. That's what you're saying, right?
It's not additional, so I want to clarify. If you are on the free platform, you are not paying any monthly overhead. You are only paying for the round of attack if you are not using Credit Dyno. If you have the Pro platform, which gives you the secure client access, all of the dashboards, all of those things, you are paying $17 per round if your client is not using Credit Dyno. So if you are using any of the other credit monitoring software, it's $17 per round, no matter what platform you have, the free or the paid.
Okay, I guess I'm still I guess I'm still kind of confused because
Okay.
I used to kind of do this in a different kind of software about 6 years ago, and it was like you pay I guess like $4 something a month, whatever. I'm just give you a roundabout figure, and it's like unlimited, or I don't say unlimited, but unlimited like uploads or rounds or whatever you want to call it. But you're
Mhm,
saying here, because I'm new to this part here, you know,
mhm.
because I like trying new stuff out. But you're saying on this one, 17 a month, regardless of what package I get. If I'm paying $4 a month for the pro, I still pay 17 per month if I'm not using the Dino as you with the Dino reporting reporting site, correct?
If you are not using Credit Dino, you pay $17 per month for each client that you are generating a letter for. You are correct.
On top of the pro.
If you have the pro feature, yes. So you're paying the $197 for the pro, and you are paying $17
Okay.
per client. So if you have 4 clients that have smart credit, and you have 4 clients that have Credit Dino, the 4 clients that you have, you're not paying for their rounds that have Credit Dino. The 4 clients that you have that have Identity IQ, you are paying $17 per month for their round of attack.
Okay. So I guess I need that link for the credit. Well, I guess it's in the software. Okay, I
Yes, so
got it
when
now.
you're in the software on the main dashboard, if you click here to become an affiliate, you can put in your information and get your Credit Dino affiliate link. So you get paid $8 plus you get $17 credit for every single 35 days that you pull the route.
Okay, so as long as my clients are using that, have that for reporting, I don't have to pay no extra money
That
a
is
month
correct.
for the. Okay,
That's correct.
all right. Now, what
And if
if
you have the pro, go ahead, I'm sorry.
even if I have like 20 clients,
We don't
it's
care how many
still
clients you have. If they have
okay.
Credit Dino and they're paying every single month, then every single
Okay,
one of your clients is getting a free round of attack, period.
okay. That's all I need to know. And after that is what?
The only thing you pay for is if the system has to mail out the letters for you, then you're paying for mailing, but there's
Okay.
nothing else. Yeah,
All
there's
right. Well, I got a good understanding now.
awesome. I love to hear that. Any other questions, Mr. Ron?
Oh no, man, that's it. I'm gonna try to get it down packed tonight or in the morning. But if it is, I'll shoot an email for a question, whatever, you know, and just go from
Absolutely.
there.
And don't forget, we have the community. So if you have questions, you can possibly type them in there, and sometimes the answers are there. And you can watch the replay of this live for anyone that came in a little bit later. You can watch the replay of last week's live all the way back to September, honey. They got all the business up here. So you guys can watch the replay there.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Well,
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Ron. All right. Tyrone said, I'm starting from scratch. My question is, must this all be done by desktop? The answer is yes. It is not compatible with your phone at this present time. How do you use this service to make money as a credit repair specialist? So this platform is your actual platform to generate the dispute letters that you will send out to the credit bureau, the secondary bureaus, and if you have the pro, the actual creditors. So how you're making money is by repairing your client's credit using the letters that are here. You can also make money by referring people to the platform if you click earn free credits. Again, this is not live right now, but you have the ability to do that once it goes back live. And you also can make money by anyone that signs up for Credit Dino. They pay out after you have $100. So that's a great question. I have Credit Dino, so will I be eligible for affiliate marketing as well? As long as you click this option right here that says become an affiliate and you put your information in, you will be given, like when you click on this again, instead of it saying become an affiliate, it will say go to dashboard, and you click on it and it will give you your actual affiliate link that you can then utilize wherever you're going. Question was I'm sorry, do you have another question, Mr. Tyrone?
Yeah, one more question. Where can I find the replays?
You can find it on YouTube, and we'll drop the link in the chat, or you can go to the Dispute Panda community and click Dispute Panda Live and watch the replays there. So I'm on the YouTube. I'm out here in these streets. But we're also on the community as well for you to watch the replay. Great question.
And the pro is $197 a month. Is that what it is?
Yes. After
Okay.
the 14-day $1 trial. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then so from a business standpoint, I can price my clients based on what I pay and the profit margin I'm trying to get from doing
You
the
got
credit
it.
repair. I
You
got
got
you.
it.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure, my love. Great questions. If you have Credit Dino, is it free to send letters? So I want to be clear, it's free to generate the letters. So what I just showed you guys with working this particular imaginary text client, we generated a round of attack and it cost me no money because I did not include any money on here. It literally just cost me a round of attack. So if we go to the activity tab, right? It shows that I had one free credit and it has been applied. So if your client has Credit Dino, the round of attack, which normally costs $17, is now free because they're using the Credit Dino software. I'm speaking of personal info, not for business side, trying to fix my first. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, if you're trying to fix yours first, if you have Credit Dino, it's the basic plan for Credit Dino is $29.99 a month. Okay, so you get the round for free and you make $8 for having that. My pleasure, Shy. Any other questions, guys? I think I got through all the questions in the chat. I think. Wait, let me see. It looks like somebody else came up. Do you provide websites as well? So Tyrone, can you expound on the question? Are you talking about Credit Dino? Credit Dino, I'm sorry. Dispute Panda does not give you any website hosting or anything. This is simply a platform that helps you dispute rounds of attacks for clients. And that is it. That is all. Now, if you guys are needing help with building a website, I do have a team that will help you build that out. But as far as Dispute Panda is concerned, no, that they do not help you with anything like that.
Yeah, I was looking on the group, I guess the Facebook group thing that you have. And I guess in the welcome message, it was saying that people got a website or something like that. Are you familiar with that?
So we're not on Facebook. So if there is
I
a
mean,
Facebook,
was it Instagram? Instagram?
so I do know, like I post on Instagram and a couple of the others, but as far as so just for transparency, Dispute Panda does not give you a website. Now, previously, we did have an automation where you were able to kind of get that stuff together. But right now, the only thing that Dispute Panda is offering is for everyone to have the ability to dispute the attacks for negative, erroneous, outdated information on the credit report. Yeah.
Okay.
Great question, though.
Is it possible for you to send me the people to create a website for me?
Yes, I will actually drop the link. Hold on 1 second. In the chat. And this is the person that I normally recommend to help with building your business in a box, honey. So her information's in the chat. Any other questions, guys? See. Try to gather everyone. No one else has any questions? Thanks for those that came in and have on their camera. Hey, Miss Cassandra, thank you for coming. Optimized too, thank you. Of course, Mr. Tyrone pulled up and said, I'm gonna turn my camera on. I appreciate you. Hey, Miss Clay, sorry I didn't get to say hey earlier when you came in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys want to watch the replay, again, the replay is located in the group. Any questions before I let you guys go? Let me see. Hey, Kevin, thanks for turning on your camera, love. Do you have any questions tonight? No questions? All right. All right, all right, all right. So don't forget to catch the replay. If you guys are not in the community, I have no problem doing a shameless plug. You guys need to get in the community. The link is there. for you guys to watch all the replays. Even when Dominique Brown was here, honey, we were in here, okay? So you guys can watch the replays, get into it with us, or you can visit us on YouTube. And I'm gonna drop the YouTube links as well. How to get access. Yeah, he started talking. He just gonna start talking like I told him to get talking. That ain't what I said. It is my pleasure. So that is the YouTube channel if you guys want to watch the replay. Other than that, I want to say thank you guys so much for coming on tonight. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can definitely hit me up. I will drop my email address in the chat as well. For those of you guys that came to the 2-day boot camp, I'm so excited that you guys got all the sauce and all the information. I cannot wait for our next boot camp that is coming up in 2 months. So I do want to say thank you guys for your time. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments, please pull up on your girl. I appreciate help. And I hope you guys have an amazing remainder of your Monday. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Bye.